Good evening, good morning, everyone. I posted a short video on last Friday about Nifty because I thought there was a lot of pessimism and we were actually getting a lot of cheaper in Nifty. So just wanted to post a little update on Nifty, a small update on Nifty, but major I'm gonna discuss on SPX and NASDAQ. So let's talk about Nifty. So last Friday we were around somewhere here. There was a lot of pessimism. So I mentioned like, hey, the pessimism is too much. We are actually getting cheaper. So just keep sipping. So mutual fund is the best way to go about like buying indices right now. So just keep sipping. Don't get distracted which stock to buy, which stock not to buy, and with that, because there is a lot of turbulence that is going to go in the lot of businesses. Some businesses may struggle for years, some businesses may not will thrive in this. Which ones will do, we don't know yet. So just stay focused, keep buying Nifty, keep sipping. So just a quick update. So we saw a small bounce in last 3 days. So you can see consecutive three green back-to-back candles. So that does not mean uh, we are we are out of the danger zone yet. Danger zone, it's still there. So what I'm expecting from now is basically we should be able to touch this value. It's 22,800. We'll have to see like how this trend line acts, and basically to change any trend it takes more than 4 to 6 weeks at least it takes more than 4 to 6 weeks. So don't get distracted, don't celebrate too much right now. Just keep sipping at a smaller portion. So you can see this kind of fall we had seen somewhere here in 2002 as well. It took a lot of time to get rectified. So something similar might be on cards right now. So just don't go into overjoy zone. We are not out of danger in Nifty yet, but things look good. I think we should be able to hit 22,800 in sooner days, and then we'll see like how this level reacts, and how this longer trend line reacts. So there is a supply zone, there is a earlier it was resistance, then it became a support, and then we should see this line again as a resistance. So very interesting to see like what market does at this level, but we are definitely not out of danger zone yet. So this is the market update on Nifty on, I think it should be early morning of 7th March in India. So market just opens after 1.5 hour, or roughly an hour. More interestingly, I am more curious to talk about S&P and NASDAQ today. So I just asked my friends to look at their positions and to see what's going on with their stocks. So I am very much worried right now about S&P 500 and NASDAQ, both of them. Very crucial level have been broken. So just to give you like a little bit perspective, there is a theory, historical theory known as Dow theory. It was developed by Mr. Charles Dow, after which the Dow index is named as. So very great market chartisian. So he was the one who initiated the initial startings of technical analysis, and he was given greatest honor, and because of whom the first index in US market was built, and it was named after him. It's known as Dow index, you might be aware of it, but the recently few norms change, and that's why like S&P Dow index was basically equivalent of all the constituents, but they came up with exponential weightage on indices with exponential weightage, and that's why S&P 500 was built in US. So based on the Dow theory, whenever I'm not going to go into details like why, how to identify Dow tops and bottoms, I have already covered that in my previous videos, and I may cover in future very in depth. but just look at it right now. So I'm gonna take you through 2020, right when the COVID started. We had a big drop. Then I'm just gonna talk about Dow bottoms right now. I have highlighted them. So we started going up in March. First Dow bottom happened, then second Dow bottom happened, third happened, fourth happened, fifth happened. Then we kept on going. This is one more. Why I know by heart is basically I've studied them a lot, so that's why like I know by hearted like which one are Dow bottoms, which one are not. So you can see like we kept on building Dow bottoms and the tops were high, so we were in a uptrend. What happened here was basically this was the Dow bottom. This is the Dow bottom. Here you can see it was October 20 uh, 2021 September to October. We were constantly here. The Dow bottom was right here. Then again we went up here. Then a Dow bottom happened here, and 2022 January 20th was the date when we broke the Dow bottom. After breaking this Dow bottom, what happened was market correction started. Right here you can clearly see the market correction had started. So from all-time high we almost corrected 25%. Okay, and then it took several amount of weeks, several amount of months to start the uptrend again. So this is where the uptrend actually started. So first Dow bottom was here, and then the second Dow bottom got here. This is where the uptrend started in April 2023, after this 25% correction. So I have already marked all these Dow bottoms. So I have already marked these Dow bottoms, and here you can see I just went to a weekly chart instead of a daily chart to make it more clear. So you can see this is where 2023 the correction got over. Then we changed the trend here in March 2023. The first Dow bottom, second Dow bottom, third Dow bottom, and we had the fourth Dow bottom. So what has happened today is we have broken the Dow bottom again. So every time we broke a Dow bottom, it's a start of a reversal trend. It's start of a downtrend. uh, Usually it has not gone wrong. I've studied like past 20, 30, 40 years in S&P and NASDQ, Nifty, Sensex, almost every other index. Barely we have gone wrong. Sometimes there was very recent incident in 2022, I believe Nifty, there was a fake move that broke the Dow bottom, but then again it kept going up. But you will automatically come to know that what's happening around this level. So you can see we are back to the similar levels of the elections or maybe before that, and this is very crucial, right? So this Dow bottom breaking means like we can correct up to like uh, 0.618 Fibonacci level. So if I just I'm just gonna draw Fibonacci retracement. So we may correct up to 5641. We are already close to that, so it's gonna be if I take 25%, which was almost similar, it's gonna come to 4,600, or even if I do, let's just say 15%, which is usually a smaller correction, it's gonna be 5100. So just be cautious. Like any leveraged assets you have, any leverage buying that you have done, just secure them ASAP, maybe tomorrow itself. Uh, it's better to save a lot of 15% than like let go of 3 to 4% gain. If you come to NASDAQ, similar thing has happened. I'm not gonna go into the past. You can check my previous video for Dow learnings, or read the book. That's gonna be the best way. So I'm just gonna mark very instantly what were the Dow bottom levels. So you can see the first one started here, the second one is this one. I'm gonna quickly mark the third one is here, fourth one is here, and the recent one is here. Let me just check if that's the recent one. Yep. That's the recent one. So usually we need 4% of correction, and between 2 points we need 4 weeks. So the recent one was here, and you can clearly see we have broken that Dow bottom, and that is what is like a huge concern to me. I am not usually that active in the US market, but like just letting other friends know, like they have to be very cautious. So you can see we are already at this is the moving average of 50, and let me just open 200 as well. So you can see whenever that correction happens, we are touching that 200 DMA line, and right now if you can see, like we are almost 20% away from that 200 DMA line. So be very cautious. SPX, NASDAQ, I think the correction are about to get started, and if the indices are going to get corrected about 15-20%, you can just imagine what is going to happen to individual stocks, especially like if you are pretty much heavy into like growth stocks or any stocks which are leveraged, which have pretty heavy debt, which don't have profits. So be very cautious in them. Like I that's why like I'm very skeptical to you invest in US funds. uh, I know a lot about like Indian companies, so that's why I'm very much invested there. And just touching upon like Nifty a bit, like I mentioned before, like I think we have uh, came up something positive in last week, but this might be just a small correction, or like a short covering is what they call it. But it would be I would be very interested to see like what it does around 22,300, 22,800, sorry. uh, so just be cautious. It's a tough scenarios right now, especially after such a bull run. I think we are going to get pretty constrained. It would be very difficult to find good stocks right now. So just be very cautious. If you have profits in some stocks and you are not confident about those stocks, just book it. Keep profits handy. Keep them safe somewhere. And if there is a correction in the future, like you will be able to grab those stocks in pretty easily with some discount. So be very cautious, and like I always mention, keep sipping in Nifty indices. Keep believing in your growth stories, and just focus on the consumption that is going to happen, especially after the recent income tax that was abolished. I think that news we are not right now discounting how much consumption is going to get increased. But I think that will soon start showing up after 2 to 3 quarters. But right now the scenario is very tough, so just be cautious and keep sipping.